right. Well, very proud of our staff and team and the way that we played. It felt good to play complimentary 11-man football for 4 quarters against Stanford, and winning always feels good. But winning that way, where you get to see all three phases start fast. Opening kickoff return, DK Kaufman was exceptional in the game, 3 returns for 164 yards. But the opening play of the game, we talked all week about starting fast, and he said it. He set the table for the offense, and offense goes down and scores a touchdown. Defense comes out and stops him, and Davin has a sack, forced fumble in that opening defensive drive, which allowed us to build a 14-point lead quickly, playing complementary football, setting each other up in all three phases, and just kept doing that throughout the game, different parts. And, winning the turnover margin, critical piece of winning. And we were able to do that. No turnovers on offense with our starters. And the line of scrimmage, obviously, Stanford had done a good job going into our game, stopping the run. And that was something we were able to do very, very well. And I thought our special teams really helped us in that game. 3 kickoff returns, like I mentioned, one of them coming off of a score by them to open the third quarter. We get a 96-yard return to set up our offense, or 90-yard return to set up our offense. And so things that you talk about, you stress over and over and over. It's great to see it come alive during the game. And it's a great recipe for success. Obviously, I was really proud of our offensive line, tight ends, and receivers on how they blocked for the ball carriers, ball catchers throughout the game. I thought our 2 running backs obviously were explosive, but just ran hard, played good without the ball as well. Hollywood Smothers and Jordan Waters both. And explosive plays occur when your perimeter blocking is exceptional, and it was. Guys were straining, man. They're flying around. And I'm proud of those guys. And CJ had a really good day, 18 of 20, protected the football as a runner, gave his guys chances to make plays. And, when your protection keeps your quarterback in the pocket where he can stand and throw the way that we did, it helps. And so other than one play, we had a touchdown that we could have had. It was unfortunate because KC ran a great route, was wide open, and we got beat on one protection. But other than that, we really protected well in the game. Defensively, we forced 2 turnovers. I had 2 good 4th down stops. I was disappointed in the 2 explosive runs that they had. And we just got to leverage the ball like we do most of the game on those plays, and those are knocked down, and we didn't. And our secondary did not do a good job on those particular plays of getting it down. And it looks bad when those kind of things happen. So we need to get that fixed. And I know Coach Gibson's working hard on that with the guys. It really turned into a wildcat offense for Stanford, which we didn't anticipate. They'd be running their quarterback for 4 quarters the way they did. And obviously, there's adjustments that we made in the second half, and we played better at a lot of +1 runs, which is unique in a game. But to see us break the school record for points in an ACC game with a true freshman at quarterback was impressive. We had 9 drives and scored all 9 times, and we were able to play a lot of players. On top of that, it was just a special day in the stadium, getting to see Peyton Wilson and his family recognized for being put in the Ring of Honor. Nobody else deserves it more, in my opinion, for all the things that he stood for in this program and the way that he vocally led and backed his teammates, the adversity he went through, being an in-state player, and what he's doing now in the NFL. It was great to see his family, great to see his fiance, his brother, his brother's wife and child. Just a really special moment on the field. And then to see Chancellor Woodson and his wife, Susan, honored also at the game. I've been very fortunate, to have the same chancellor my entire tenure. And Randy's a great leader, and he's taken on an incredible responsibility in the time he's been here and done remarkable things at our university, and has been a true friend. And really appreciate, the opportunity not only to work at NC State, but for one chancellor the entire time. That's unique. A lot of times in in a coach's tenure, especially when you've been somewhere over a decade, you're going to have multiple leaders. And that's one of the things that's been constant here is that linear leadership that we've been able to have and knowing what type of human being in person and supporter that we have in him. He will be missed greatly by me. So it's great to see, them on the field and then Coach Avent and his team down on the field, just all the recognition of great people in this program and the university was awesome. And it's great to have another sellout and, fans and the students, all the stuff going on, the pageantry of the game. It was awesome. It was a beautiful day weather-wise and supposed to have another one this weekend. You could see the bye week helped us. We were fresh, we were healthier, and fortunately we came out of the game healthy as well, which is always a blessing. And now we move on to our final home game of the year, a big one for multiple reasons, a really good opponent in Duke. I'll talk about them here shortly. 3:30 home kick. I think the best of both worlds time-wise. Fans get plenty of time to tailgate, get out early enough to be home at a good time. And we still get with the time change, it'll be dark in the second half. So, the things that can happen there from a lighting standpoint in the stadium, it's going to be a great environment. And it is, two parts of this game that really make it special. At NC State, I think our Military Appreciation Day is one of the coolest things that we do, with all the branches of the military that are present in North Carolina and the representation that's here on game day for them. It's a true honor to support them and recognize them, for how they fight for our country, for what they do to keep us where we are, and to have them present the way that we do in our state. Again, my background being from a family that has a father who was Navy and Sarah's father who was Army. Both our grandparents served and have so many friends now that served in the state. So it's cool, man. Seeing that flag roll out across the field at halftime, I love that picture. It's one of my favorites every year when it comes out. And you get off the buses on the Walk of Champions and get a walk through all the military and ROTC. It's a really special day. And then it's senior day. And so we have 20 players on our team that are out of eligibility. And after this game, they'll never walk through that tunnel with their uniform on again to play a game. And some remarkable young men. It's an honor to be there with them in the tunnel one more time at home. And some of these guys are new to the program, in their last year. And some of these guys have been here a long time. And not going to go through every one of them. Obviously, you'll get to see them all announced on game day. But it's been an incredible journey with each one of them. Each story is different, and their legacies, for some of them, will be told for a long time. I mean, what Davin Van's meant to this program in his tenure. I mean, he leads the nation in forced fumbles right now. What he did during Hurricane Helen. Each one of them, man. I mean, and to see, them grow from recruiting them up to the men that they are now, it's exciting to be a part of that journey. And it means a lot coming out of that tunnel. And we got to fight for them to go back up that tunnel winners in this game against a great football team. Duke is really doing a good job. And have a lot of respect for Manny. Manny obviously worked here, and I've known him a while. He's a really good ball coach and has taken over a good program. Mike Elko did a tremendous job building Duke's roster, and a lot of those players that are still there that we've played against last year, and obviously was a disappointing outcome last year and a poor performance and poor coaching job by me. And a game that really set us back on track. But we look forward to playing them, look forward to playing them. And I know this is a sellout, and we need our fans behind us in this game being loud. I mean, this is an offense that plays fast for Duke. There's a lot of communication on film on the line of scrimmage for Duke. And we need to make it where it's hard for them to hear each other and get up and cheer for our defense and help them as a 12th man. I mean, that's a big part of winning at home. And so this is a game where we do need your help in the stands and get behind them and make the stadium shake. You know, let's set some decibel records in this crowd. They're playing good football. I mean, their defense jumps off the film. You watch it. They lead the country in fumble recoveries. They're second in the country in tackles for loss. They're 15th in the country in sacks. They're second in the ACC in turnover margin, which is the most critical stat for winning. They have 4 returning starters in the secondary, and I think both their corners are elite players. When you look at their PFF grades, they're as good as anybody's in the country at corner. They have 2 defensive ends that disrupt and create havoc in the backfield. Really impressed with their defense. And Manny does a great job coaching it. You know, offensively, they brought in Malik Murphy from Texas, a really talented thrower. And his receivers, they're all starters a year ago. We've played against them all. Number 8, Jordan Moore, is really catching the ball. He had a spectacular catch in the Miami game that was all over the media. So it's going to be a great matchup and a huge challenge defensively. It's going to be about protecting the football and doing the right things, not to beat yourself. Special teams will be a huge part of it, you know, for both teams. I think, you know, that phase of the game, both teams, when you watch the film, are really well coached and do a good job. And so, you know, we need to continue to do the things we've done the last 2 weeks, you know, find a way to win, continue to improve fundamentally, and win the turnover margin, finish plays, play fast. It's a great month. I love November. So much happening this month in college football. And the goal is to play at your peak, you know, in the end and be a finisher. And so for the last 2 games, we've shown improvement. And this week, new test, new opportunity, and a lot to play for on Senior Day with Military Appreciation Day against an in-state team. So looking forward to the challenge and the matchup.